Hello, welcome to the Student Seat podcast. I'm your host, Leo Thornton, and today we are joined with another special guest, Jacob.
Hello.
Jacob, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
So what do you do in college?
So I'm the esports program leader. So I'm in charge of the level 3 esports program we've got. There's another tutor that covers the level 2, and I teach the odd hour on that.
All right, that's pretty cool. What made you get into esports then?
To be honest, I think just, I don't know, lack of friends when I was a kid. I used to play a lot of video games. Esports when I was younger was super new. And in the early days of Call of Duty, there used to be a website called Clan Battles where you could sort of join with your friends and then queue up against other groups that were on that website. And I think when I was at school, it was sort of like the cool thing to do. So we had like our own little clan and we got to go and sort of like compete against other people. And I just like that competitive aspect of it.
So basically, video games got you really into
Yeah,
esports.
absolutely. Yeah, for sure, yeah.
So do you have like a favourite game that you're playing or teaching in esports?
I think personally, favourite game over the years has been World of Warcraft. I'm just a massive nerd. I've been playing it for 20 years. And then I think if I was looking at an esports sort of focused game, probably Valorant. I think at the minute it's super on topic and everyone's playing it.
So like with esports, what else do you do other than obviously it can't be just gaming?
Yeah. So it sort of gets misconstrued that it is just playing games, but it's very much not. So it's essentially the media side of the games industry. So we've got game design that are focused on making the video games themselves, computing, which is then the sort of the web dev and sort of app development, and they do have elements of like game design in there as well. But then esports is sort of the media that sort of encompasses all of that. So you've got your live streamed events, your content creation, your actual sort of event management side of things. There's a lot of business and branding that goes into it as well. So that a lot of the course itself is very much about creating a company, branding a company, all about different organisations that run the esports industry and keep it sort of afloat.
Yeah.
With enterprise and entrepreneurship and sort of how it's financed and structured. Then there's coaching and there's shoutcasting. There's all these like different elements of it that basically we cover, which essentially is all of the elements of an esports.
Yeah. So you seem to like really enjoy getting into esports. So what do you actually like about esports then?
I think the competitive element of it is probably my favourite part. If I was to look at sort of like esports as a whole, and not necessarily just like the education side, I think that feeling when your team's X amount of rounds down, and they just sort of get a pep talk from the coach and they just lock in. And they just bring that energy, and they just and they end up winning the game in the end, or even maybe just making the game close. But that sort of like camaraderie and the morale boost you get from that is different.
So what don't you like about it then? Anything?
I think the two parts: the toxicity we get in esports, obviously, with a competitive elements. There's the positives, then there's always going to be the negatives, and the people that maybe can't manage that very well struggle and sort of find ways to sort of exhaust that in
stress and stuff like that.
Yeah, of course. And everyone's got things going on in their lives, and that can sometimes bleed into the competitive element. So it comes out in toxicity.
Yeah.
And then I think if I was to look at it from like my professional educational side, it's the misinformation and the misunderstanding of what esports is as a qualification.
Yeah. So how have you dealt with like toxicity then?
In the classroom, we cover a lot of sort of how to present yourself online or how to present yourself as part of a team, which is skills that are helpful in the game and also going into any other business or any other job in their future lives. And then if we've ever come across any toxicity within the game, or maybe if we've had one of our games live streamed, which we did this week, it's just about not reacting to it, not letting it get to your head. It's at the end of the day, it's just a keyboard warrior on the other side of the screen.
So why do you think students should go into esports then?
I mean, everyone's got their own interests, and I think if someone was and ahhing about esports, the main things that I would pick for them would be, if they're looking at the team-based side, the camaraderie and the sort of actually becoming part of a team and almost like the brotherhood you form from that can be really healthy for someone to have like a close group of friends. And then I think in terms of sort of like career-based sort of avenues, the esports is pretty open. There's all sorts you want to do. You know, if someone was into photography but they liked video games, there's no reason on our course why you can't cover photography, like journalism within the esports industry. You know, so traveling to different events, taking photos of those events, and then sort of writing up a blog or an article or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
So it's so open for sort of any job someone really wants in the games industry.
Yeah. So has the college actually won anything in esports?
Yeah. So in terms of like sort of like minor victories, this week we got chosen by the British Esports Association to be live streamed on their Twitch channel.
Oh.
And we won that game. And then we actually won a Marvel Rivals game yesterday as well. But in terms of full tournaments, we had last year one of our players, Reese, he went and won 24 games in a row throughout the year and was the British eSport champion in the UK, like the entire country. So he was the winner.
Must have got a lot of money,
and that was
then.
in FIFA.
FIFA, like what, FC. Basically.
Yeah, EAFC, whatever it's called now. Yeah.
God, how much money you won then?
Unfortunately, the British Esports Association, in the smaller tournaments, they don't really offer a cash prize. It's not like it's not funded. It's a not for profit company. But because the FIFA tournament, because it's not as popular, it was a smaller tournament.
Right.
But some of the bigger tournaments, they actually give sort of like coaching from professional coaches. You get to go to like sort of like what do you call it? Like sort of like camp situations where you go there and you sort of practice over a weekend or something and get proper training. So in terms of money, nothing. No. Pride, you know.
Did he win like a trophy then, or?
Yeah. They got a trophy. The trophies, there's some new trophies. So last year was the first year of the new trophies, and it was gorgeous. Unfortunately, because as FIFA's sort of like a one-person game, I felt wrong to sort of claim that trophy for the college because it's him and him alone that's won it. Yeah. So I said to him, "You can keep it." It's a shame because it looked really nice in the classroom, but it was this beautiful sort of like resin, I don't know, block with like a nice like football like colour. So, yeah, like a nice. No, it's like a nice like liquid colour coming through it. It looked really cool.
Oh. All right, so if we just go off from esports, what do you like college as a whole then?
What do I like about college just in general?
In general, yeah.
I think there's all sorts of stuff really. I think, you know, as a tutor, we sort of thrive in the little victories we get in the day. There's a lot of stuff that goes on which could really impact us negatively. You know, our students arguing or someone maybe not hitting the right criteria in the work or something. But then you have those learners that have like really pushed themselves and maybe, you know, resit the Maths and English exam and they pass it, and it's sort of like you just get that real nice feeling of success. And it's, as a staff member, that's sort of what, you know, to see the students thrive and achieve, that's the best thing.
So what do you think the college should improve or that you don't like about it in general?
The prices at the dinner.
Why?
Getting a little bit expensive. You know, I ain't got the time to make pack up all the time. It's getting a little bit crazy. And not just for me, you know, at the end of the day, it's not necessarily for my benefit. For the students, it's quite expensive. So that's one big thing for me. I think, you know, it's like $5.85 for a chicken wrap and chips and cheese. It's crazy.
They have that at like unis as well.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. And I think for students that maybe don't have jobs and don't earn, it's a lot to spend every day. Yeah, because
you always want to get food every day. You want to stay healthy and...
absolutely.
Refresh the mind and stuff like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else? You know what? If what would you be doing differently if you didn't do esports?
Ooh. So I used to be the media program leader.
Yeah.
I think if the esports job didn't come up, there's a high chance I'd maybe still be program lead in media.
Right.
Maybe if something else had come up within the college, I might have gone for that. Maybe like a management role or something. I'm not really a managerial sort of person, but
no,
I like to be the sort of at the teaching level because that's what
it's just where you are.
Yeah.
Well, I think that will do for College Unfiltered. This has been me, Thornton, and we'll move on to Film Fridays.